Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. This is by Radar Online and done by the Radar staff. And it says this is an exclusive. Uh, I was Jeffrey Dahmer's slave. Victim tells chilling story of torment and claims there are 7 more victims unaccounted for. What? Decades after escaping serial slayer Jeffrey Dahmer's clutches, one survivor tells his tale of torment, revealing to RadarOnline.com that he believes there are 7 more victims unaccounted for. Unaccounted for? What? As if it wasn't enough, okay? Dahmer, who is the subject of Netflix new series Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, was brutally murdered on November the 28th, 1994 at the Columbus Correctional Institute in Portage, Wisconsin, where he was serving 936-year sentence for the vicious homosexual torture, murder, and cannibalism of 17 men. But he still haunts Billy Joe Capshaw to this day. Chillingly, Capshaw claimed that Dahmer toured the army duty in the Holder, Germany. I apologize if I mispronounced that. May have resulted in as many as 7 other deaths for which he was never punished. I will never get over it, Capshaw told Radar Online. Dahmer put me through sheer hell for 18 months. We were in the army in Germany. We were both medics in the same unit. I was forced to room in the barracks with Dahmer in 1980. And within 2 or 3 days after I arrived, the first attack began. Dahmer loved orange vodka and tonic, and he drank pretty much all the time, he explained. He would make me drink it, too, and I'm sure it was drugged. I woke up sore and hurting, and I knew I had been beaten, but if I said anything about it, he would beat me again. Over the next 18 months, Dahmer R'd me at least 75 times. People ask me how I let this go on for so long, but the truth is I gave up. He overpowered me in every way. I would be drugged, and then I woke up. I would be tied to the bunk with a motor pool ropes, and Jeff would be standing there, an evil look in his eye, like he had been taken over by a demon. He would be holding a bunk spreader. I apologize if I mispronounced that name. And iron pipe used to separate 2 metal military bunk beds. And he would hit me with it. If I yelled, he would hit me harder. So I learned not to yell and just take the pain. Damn, bro. I would pass out from drugs he forced me to drink and wake up tied down with him on top of me, beating the back out of my head, awing me. It was always very painful. Sometimes, Capshaw said, Dahmer would stand in front of me, putting his hand on my genitals and my legs and rub me while he was pleasuring himself. After he was done, he would beat me again or slap me, pinch me, or pull my hair. I lived in terror of him. He kept me as a ex-slave, and there was no escape. I tried to get away from him, Capshaw told RadarOnline.com. I spoke to our superior officers in the Army, but I was told you need to toughen up. No one would listen to me. He was 6'2" and very strong. I was 5'10" and weighed 230 pounds and was overweight. I was just 17 and he was 3 years older and seemed a lot smarter. I was terrified of this guy. The Army left me at his mercy. There was no way of me. There was no way out for me, and eventually I gave up and did whatever Jeff wanted me to do. All of Dahmer's victims, the young men he tortured and destroyed, would be alive today if the army had listened to me back then, he insisted. Wow. Jeff controlled every minute of my life. The few times I did escape for a night's peace, when I returned, I would be drugged, tied up, and beaten again. I prayed to God to let me die just so I could get it over with. I think the only reason that Jeff kept me alive is because I was his toy. If I had tried really hard to get away, he would have killed me. When the evil monster was finally arrested, cops found several heads in the refrigerator, decaying bodies and acid, cats, and an altar made of candles and human skulls. I believe Dahmer was killing people over in Germany too, because of the blood, Capshaw said. He would go out for a few hours and come back with blood on him. During the time we were there were several people killed near the base, including one young military woman, a mutilation murder. Dahmer kept a refrigerator in our room, and it was always locked. Now that I know what the police found in his apartment, it gives me the creeps to think about what may have been in there. No. It seems like a million years, but after 18 months, I was sent to the field, and when I got back, Dahmer was gone. The army had discharged him for alcohol problems. Capshaw said when he was arrested in 1991, Dahmer, dubbed the Milwaukee Cannibal, stated that his one regret was that he never killed him and eaten his liver. Today I consider myself the luckiest man on earth, he told us, but I still have nightmares that he's still alive, and I'm still his slave. Child. Woo. Lord have mercy. Anyway, so Mr. Dahmer was already homing his craft while in the military. This was something that I didn't personally know about, his military life. I did know that he did serve in the military and he was discharged for alcohol reasons. But I didn't think that he was, honing his craft while in the military. Apparently that isn't true. According to this man right here, Mr. Capshaw, and I can not even begin to imagine the trauma and pain and anguish that he went through, and him going to his superior officers and them basically telling him, toughen up, of what was going on. It must have been devastating mentally, and I'm speculating right now. It must have been mentally devastating to, just reach out for help and just to be told that, hey, you're too soft, you need to toughen up. But when a person is sitting there and being tortured, as this man has said he was, and put in a position of pure helplessness, you can't help but to, just imagine the mental, his mental at that time, why he didn't just go AWOL in the military, or try to go up to the higher ups over top of his superior officers, is beyond me. I'm not sure, and I'm not going to speculate, but he did survive, and he is here to tell his story. Jeffrey Dahmer became popular again because Netflix did a story. I've always been interested in serial killers, and actually I used to have, fun fact, when they used to come around and sell the botanicas and stuff, I had a whole encyclopedia on actual serial killers. So, man, this is crazy. And now I guess it's a thing because Netflix made a show about it. But to be honest with you, it's just really sad. You know, when they talked about Dharma before, they didn't really talk about the people that survived and what they had to go through and how they were doing, if they even checked up on these people years later to see if they were, you know, still reeling with the things that they had to go through at the hands of this man. Thankfully, Mr. Capshaw is good. He's okay. I hope that he's in a good place mentally. And I'm going to keep reporting on this as many times as they come out with new details. I just dropped the video that Dama may have been responsible for the death and abduction of John Walsh. John Walsh is the host of America's Most Wanted. His son, in 1981, he was in the area. They said around the time of his son's disappearance. And it's just new and interesting details that's coming out, and I'm going to learn them all when y'all do. So, thank you so much for staying this long for this video, and we will definitely update this story and any other story on my channel as details become available, and I will get back with you guys in the next one.